Tomodachi Life Living the Dream sure is more Tomodachi Life. If you're at all familiar with the previous game in the series from the 3DS, then playing this new entry in the series will be kinda like riding a bike. Easy to pick up and fun to do. The difference this time around is that your Miis aren't trapped in their tiny studio apartments anymore, and instead get an island to exist in. You can also make custom items for them too, which isn't something I engage with very much since I'm not very good at using the in-game paint features, but it's nice that it is available for those who are willing to get creative with their islanders. The general gameplay of Tomodachi Life is fascinatingly unique. You can customize a collection of Miis to live on an island, where you can give them gifts, watch them interact, and develop their home to your heart's content. These Miis are the main part of the game, racking your brain to think of fun characters to populate your island with, and in turn, watching these characters hang out is fun and funny. I think it shouldn't be ignored how comedy-forward Tomodachi Life is. Basically, every interaction plays out like a skit from a play, with making the player smile or chuckle being the goal.
I really need to use the bathroom, but what if there's a ghost?
The thing that makes Tomodachi Life so unique, though, is how hands-off you really are. While you are able to freely customize and give gifts to your island residents, you are unable to control them directly. You more so play the role of a silent observer, unless otherwise called upon from one of your Miis. This encourages your playtime here to be relaxing. One of the loading screens even implies that sitting back and eating popcorn while simply watching your Miis bum around is an option. While it makes Tomodachi Life an easy game to pick up and play for a little bit to unwind, this can also be frustrating when you have long droughts of your Miis not doing anything interesting. If you're like me, the most fun part of the game is watching your Miis fall in love, get married, and have children, and especially now in Living the Dream, where gender identity and romantic preferences have been expanded upon. But like I said, you are an observer. You can pick up your Miis and plop them down next to whoever you may want them to befriend or romance, but it's up to them to actually act upon these ideas, and often they just don't. On my island, Hatsune Miku has had a crush on Link since day 2 of me playing. She still has not asked him out on a date. Often I find my Miis are more content to simply sit inside daydreaming about how much they want to be sweethearts, rather than actually confessing their feelings to each other. It's fascinating how Tomodachi Life is almost at its most fun when you aren't playing it. Your Miis continue to exist even when you aren't playing, so when you boot up the game, you're met with a slew of speech bubbles from your Miis with requests for food, looking to befriend others, or getting into arguments, i.e. the fun part of the game. Handling these issues, though, is often quite easy, and then you are back to watching your islanders walk around. It creates this duality where, when I'm not playing, I'm excitedly thinking about all of the interactions that could be developing on the island, and then when I am playing, it's like, okay, do something. I genuinely think it's more fun to talk about the adventures on your island than it really is to play through them. Yes, the game looks great, is witty and surreal, and overall has 10 out of 10 presentation, but when my roommate and I chat about the game, we don't admire the charming visuals or the specifics of the humorous writing. It's, on my island Lucifer and Toadette finally got married, and Sadako and Waluigi became friends because they talked about Pokemon. I think it compounds the issue that Miis interacting is the most fun part of the game, despite how rarely they want to, but also their interactions swiftly become monotonous. I've had this game for a month and I've seen every casual interaction a million times already. These scenes will play out, and while they are funny the first couple of times, I've gotten to the point where instead I'm like, I've seen this already, and I think that's actually my biggest critique, is that despite a 12-year gap between games, Living the Dream feels a little empty. I've seen everything. I've seen the credits, a great sequence, by the way. I've seen every let's be friends conversation. I've seen all the conversations at the restaurant. I've seen every daydream about being sweethearts 1,000 times. I've unlocked everything available at the wishing well. What else is there to do but make another me so they can have the same conversations over and over themselves? I get the impression Tomodachi Life is going to do a similar thing as Animal Crossing New Horizons and keep engagement with the game going for longer with regular updates. I mean, we are missing stuff from the previous game, most notably the music theater, which could help a lot, but as it is, I'm struggling to believe I'll keep playing every day like how the game expects you to. Friendship degradation can happen quickly when you don't play for too long, which feels needlessly punishing for a comfy, cozy game where you spend your time sitting there doing nothing for most of it. Which all sounds harsh, I get it, but I have been enjoying my time on the island. The writing is funny, the visuals are great, customizing your Mii has never been better, with a slew of new hair options and facial features to play with, alongside the quirks system that lets your Mii's body language fit each character just right. I do think it's a great game to pick up, but also I think it's just a little undercooked right now. Waiting to see if any big updates happen to add more to your Islanders could be the right play if you're on the fence with Tomodachi Life. As for me, I'll definitely keep playing, if only so I can live out my dream of marrying Tian Shinhan eventually.
Do you feel like talking about a VTuber?
Sure.
I feel like what the world could use now is more folks who would describe themselves as a VTuber.
Oh, that boom actually ended a while ago. You didn't know? Waluigi?
Special shout out to my $10 patrons, Hut Mutt Bud, Messiah Complex, James Piper, Ranger Soat, and Andrew. You're all amazing. Thank you a million.